everyone, and welcome to Action RPG Build Guide Edition. Today I'm ready to drop on you my brand new Summon Reaper Revenant army for Path of Exile 1. We are using Reapers, we're using crit, physical, melee. We have beaten Maven down, all Void Stones, currently in T17 maps. As always, I will show you every single facet of the build. Everything is timestamped in the description below if you need to bounce around. Let's not waste any time and jump right into this. Starting off with some gameplay. Now, what you're looking at right now is fully juiced T16 maps. Thought this would be a good place to start this showcase. And again, we were told that Reaper is one of the worst, if not the worst minion in the game. Specifically, nobody runs physical, no one runs crit, no one runs melee, and definitely nobody runs Reaper, and I'm here to prove everybody wrong. Now, for this, here's the modifiers on the map. We are running 10 Reaper Revenants. We are using 5 auras with automation, and ultimately, all you're going to be doing is just blinking around the map, manually casting vulnerability on enemies, and the Reapers will do the rest. When you're dealing with single target and there's no corpses around, you will brand the target, which will put Assassin's Mark on them, and use Desecrate to create some corpses for your offerings. But ultimately, this is a very automated build. You don't have to do a lot. The Reapers are extremely quick, extremely aggressive, and do tons of damage. And I'll show you single target after I show off some of this gameplay. So again, even at juice T17's, pacing's really good, and they tear up everyone. A couple of things I really like about this build. As I said, nobody uses Reapers, so the gear is extremely cheap, and hopefully it remains that way. On top of that, the Reapers never die. So even in T17 content, which I will show you later in this video, the Reapers stay alive, so you never got to worry about re-summoning them. Very, very nice. So that's just a little bit of gameplay. Let me show you some single target. Elder fight. And this is like nothing. Like no problem whatsoever. To me, quickly. Elder, you are dead. Shaper fight. Final phase. Look at that attack speed. Yeah, you better go to an invulnerable phase. So just continuously branding and putting vulnerability on the target. Look at him. Smoked! Uber Elder. This one you gotta bounce around a little bit. Get him. Get him. You are dead. Elder is dead. Any good loot? Orb of Dominance. Maven final phase. Look at Maven's life. Don't run away. Just getting eaten alive. Get out of there. Don't run away. Done. Come on, something good. Awakened Void Manipulation support. So now I thought I would show off some T17 gameplay, and you can see the modifiers on the right-hand side. At T17, again, the Reapers will not die and do great damage. Clear speed is still solid. Obviously, for yourself, gotta be a little careful in T17. The mobs get a little scarier around here. But yeah, as far as clearing T16, T17, Maven down, no problem for the Reapers. And I'll show you a little more gameplay here, and then I'll show you the boss fight. Just clear this room. All right, sweet. All right, ready for this? Reapers should be solid. As long as I don't die. We could take a couple of hits, even while recording. Oh my gosh, I could barely move. Go! I'm in blood stance right now, so I'm trying to stay close to the target so the Reapers get additional multiplicative damage on the boss. We got him. We got him. Done. Let me show you how to recreate this build. So now let's break down the skills, starting with our main skill, Summon Reaper Revenant, which is of course in our 6-link body armor. And right now it is currently level 28. You can have a maximum of 5, but the helmet doubles that, so you're allowed to have 10. Now the supports on here are Awakened Melee Physical Damage, Awakened Brutality, Awakened Minion Damage Support, Multi-Strike Support, and I wish this was Awakened Multi-Strike Support, but they're just like so out of my range. They're like 60 div each for that support gem. And then increased critical damage support with, of course, our Summon Reaper Revenant. So 6-link, 3 blue, 3 red. Also, I said that we use a lot of auras for this build. You'll see it right here on our control skills. Everything is spinning, and we needed another one on the base bar. So on our helmet, we are using Discipline, Pride, Mal. And then on our offhand, we are using Tempest Shield and Flesh and Stone. Flesh and Stone, you get to switch between multiplicative damage to physical for your Reapers or survivability for yourself in the form of damage reduction. And then each one of these, the offhand shield is using Enlighten level 3, and the helmet is using Enlighten level 4. If you come over to the boots, we are using Automation with Molten Shell. So Molten Shell's just going off all the time when its cooldown is over to give you more added survivability. And then we're using Frost Blink of the Wintry Blast because it basically doesn't have a cooldown with cast speed support. So that way you can blink around the map very, very quickly. And it's a nice movement skill. It could also go up and down elevations. On our gloves, we're using Vulnerability, Faster Casting Support, Life Tap Support because we have no mana, as you can see, and then increased area of effect to make sure you hit everybody. On our weapon, we are using Desecrate and Assassin's Mark, and this is hooked up to Arcanist Brand so that when you are fighting a single target, you don't have any corpses, you need that added crit base and crit damage. You will attach this brand to the base and it'll create, or to the enemy, and it'll make some corpses so your offerings can go off and super boost the crit from your Reapers. The last skill that I have right here is Convocation, and this just makes it where I could summon my Reapers wherever I want and give us some health regen. I needed to use an unset ring because I needed one more skill. So yeah, those are the skills. So now let's break down the Necromancer Ascendancy and we'll move into the passives. Now what you want to take first is go straight down and get Mindless Aggression. This is going to give your minions multiplicative life and multiplicative damage. You're then going to come to the right and care about your survivability, where you're going to get physical damage reduction if you have 10 minions, which you have exactly 10 minions, and you're going to get Leech. You're then going to come to the left and get Commander of the Darkness. This is going to get attack speed from your auras. It's going to give you increased damage and elemental resistance. And then you're going to come to the right and get Plague Bringer, which is going to give area more damage and enemies damage reduction if there are corpses nearby, which there will always be corpses nearby if you're playing it right. So that is the Ascendancy. Now, when it comes to the passive tree, I'm not going to break down every single node on this tree, and know that the POB is linked in the description. But ultimately, you're going to come to the right first. Over here, you've got a jewel slot. You want to get as much base physical for your minions as you can, as much base physical. And then over here, we are taking increased life, and life also gives energy shield. We're going to come up to this node right here, where you are going to get damage reduction for your minions, and minions leech life. You are going to take Wicked Ward. Energy shield recharge is not interrupted by damage if recharge began recently. This helps keep you alive. You're going to come straight up here, and you're going to get Onslaught for your minions, and minions have 50% chance to ignore enemy physical damage reduction. we are all physical. You're going to come to the left and you're going to boost your mana reservation and block. Another jewel slot. We are using 3 Grand Spectrum jewels that are going to give you 90% critical strike multiplier. Life and damage for the minions. Overall life, we are going to use a cluster jewel, and this cluster jewel is going to unlock Vicious Bite. It's going to give us that Grand Spectrum slot, Rotten Claws, and Feasting Fiends. Then we're going to use a medium cluster jewel, which is going to give us Hulking Corpses, Dread March, and Energy from Naught. We're then going to come down, boost the critical strike for our minions. Continue down this way, maximum life. Come down this way, mana efficiency for our reservation for our auras. Continued minion nodes, another jewel slot, more max life, more block. Come over here. This is going to give us chaos resistance and potential double damage for our minions with another jewel slot. And then lastly, you're going to come up around here, armor, energy shield, max life. We're going to be boosting our minions' maximum life and their attack speed. And then lastly, almost coming in a circle from where we started, one more jewel slot. That is the passive tree. So now let's break down the gear, starting with the body armor. We are using Queen's Hunger, and this is going to give a level 20 bone offering, flesh offering, and spirit offering every 5 seconds in sequence. Offerings also work for you. And the modifier you want on this is you can have 2 different offerings of different types. For a while, I was trying to get 3 offerings. It's next to impossible to do, or it just takes crazy investment. But 2 offerings is a lot easier to maintain, and it is huge for your minions. And it's not very expensive. For a belt, we are using Darkness Enthroned Stygian Vise belt with a 98% effectiveness on the Abyssal Jewels. And we have max life, minion max life, and base physical on both. And it's a ton of base physical damage when they are doubled for your Reapers. For the helmet, we're using the Dark Monarch Lich's Circlet. And on here, maximum number of summon Reapers is doubled. This takes you from 5 to 10. Absolutely mandatory for the build. I also should have mentioned earlier that the Summon Reaper Revenants, you have 4 until the gem hits level 25. So to get those extra 2 or get it from 4 to 5 and then double it, it has to be level 25. For our amulet, we are using Dragon Fang's Flight, +3 to summon Reapers, and it gives elemental resistances, and it gives increased reservation efficiency for skills, which you definitely need for all those auras. Okay. The other unique that we are using is the Teaching Scepter, and basically what this does, minions base attack or critical strike chance is equal to the critical strike chance on your main hand weapon. So what this is going to do is transfer 9.38% base crit to our Reapers. It is like the quintessential item if you want to do crit with the minions. Now, some other items we are using: Shield, critical strike chance, increased minion damage. Ring, we needed Dex, energy shield, max life resistances. Ring, max life rarity, triple resistances. Gloves, energy shield, energy shield, energy shield, max life resistances. Boots, energy shield, max life, triple resistance. That is the gear. Last couple things I want to talk about is Pantheon and Flask. Now, know that I have spent almost no time on my Pantheon, but I know it's going to come up, so I want to show you. We are in on damage reduction based upon enemies around us and damage reduction based upon stationary or standing still. Now, the reason why I have selected both of these is because I'm running strong boxes, and a lot of times I'm stuck or surrounded, and it just gives me a little added survivability to blink out of those situations. So by no means is this required for the build. It is just currently what I am using. Now, when it comes to flasks, we are going movement speed, armor, stun avoidance, armor and block, and then just a life flask that also grants us immunity to bleeding. So those are the flasks and my Pantheon. All right, everyone, what do you think of my Summon Reaper Revenants? I'm sure there's a ton I missed. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe if you think I have earned it. If I haven't earned it, I'm going to work harder for you. Don't forget to check out my new website, actionrpg.com. We've got leveling guides, build guides, tips and tricks, news, event calendar. The website is definitely coming along. Last but not least, don't forget to join the Discord, over 5,000 members. We do movie nights, game nights, merch giveaways, game giveaways, awesome place to hang out. We also have a new event coming up for Path of Exile 2. Make sure you join the Discord. I'm done. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.